Do you find that the group of people that surround you now, friends or otherwise, are different?
I've had to like find people to celebrate with. Like, hey, can I celebrate with you?
Like, he's a goof. You know, he's a mean-spirited, rude idiot. So when you start to really get successful, as things have kind of taken off for you and your family and your business, I mean, they talk about it being lonely at the top, and you and I have briefly discussed this, but I mean, what do you mean by that, and does that apply?
Yeah, it's unusual. Especially, you know, in our previous conversation, we were talking about the 6 years that I was a part of a network marketing company. Mm-hmm. So I've had this company 12 years, had a sales job. So prior to that for 6 years, what I loved is the kind of the recognition. If you did a certain amount of sales or whatnot, you'd get a plaque or you'd get an applause.
Celebrated in some
Every
way.
year there was a convention, and they would bring these people, the ring earners, up on stage.
Of course.
Ooh, this person made $400,000 a year, and you're like, whoa, I want to be on that stage.
I think I've hosted those before.
I think that's awesome. Mm-hmm. So, admittedly, I really was excited about that recognition. But as an entrepreneur creating my own business, there's no one that would recognize me. And so I've been a part of the National Speakers Association for I think like 8 years, and many of us that have been in that chapter that long, we've been through some stuff together. We've gone to different events. We've consulted each other on our businesses, and so I went to a friend that has been a friend of mine for that long, and I kind of shared like, look, I made this much money this year. Not as a way to brag, but just like...
It's a friend. You should be able to talk. Yeah. That's exciting. Yeah.
And she said, good for you. And it was just like, she was so awkward. She didn't know what to say. And it's kind of like, we can't talk anymore? It was awkward.
Yeah.
Like, because I know her income. She's $150,000, and as a mom as well, not the full breadwinner. She's like, that's pretty big deal. That's pretty significant.
Yeah.
But I wasn't expecting that. I was like, oh wow, you made it. I was expecting we've been working at this. We've been talking about, and not just her, but everyone in that chapter and different circles. It's like we can future think, this is my plan, and I think I'll be able to get my business to a 7-figure business, or I could think, and finally you get there. I haven't had anyone to celebrate with. Like, I haven't. I've had to find people to celebrate with. Like, hey, can I celebrate with you? It's been really awkward. So that's I don't know if that's what other people mean by lonely at the top, but that's kind of what I've experienced.
I'm sure there's some
taken
of that.
me by surprise.
Yeah, it's interesting, human nature almost, and this relationship to money, where somehow this money has changed you, and fundamentally you're still just the same guy. You just have more in the bank. Oh, sure, we can afford a little larger house, and we might be able to get. But I mean, it's not. It's not like some of the the rappers or whatever that sign multi-million-dollar deals and they go out and blow it all in one night at a party at Harrah's or whatever. Harrah's. There's an exotic locale. But you know what I mean? But I think people perceive that, I can't.
So in the case of my friend,
we're not in the same.
What I would have expected is she'd be like, "You did?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm really wanting to get there.
What I've done?
Can I pick your brain?"
I'm that guy. I mean, you don't tell me what you make, but I'm genuinely happy for you. Like, that's what you wanted and you got it. High five. You know what I mean? But she wasn't able to provide. See, I'm a nice person.
I think in her mind, or the way that I felt, is now I'm on a higher level, and there's now awkwardness. Like, because I would love to we're friends. You don't have to pay me for my advice or anything, or I can tell you exactly what I did. I figured it out.
Look, if I may, and I'm no politician and I don't talk politics, but Donald Trump is a billionaire. And honestly, if you didn't know that about him, you would just think he's the biggest moron that ever walked the face of the earth. I mean, and I'm conservative. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Principally and philosophically, I liked the things that he was espousing during his presidency. But just using it in this example, I mean, people that would look at Donald Trump and go, because he's a billionaire, he's better than me, he's smarter than me, he deserves greater respect than me, he should get the seat at the table even though there's a line a mile long, we should fast track him on the spinning tin cups at Disneyland, or It's a Small World, because he's more important. He is a mystical, magical importance about him. No, this is just, especially that guy, I'm not comparing you at all to Donald Trump. I mean, but he's just...
Especially the hair.
He's a goof. He's a mean-spirited, rude idiot. And yet, because of all this money, now again, this is just me. I'm not, this is by no means... Your funeral, man. I don't know who watches this. But you know what I mean? It's like, sorry, it's just money. For heaven's sakes. That's all it is. And you can't take it with you. At some point, none of us will have any money, more, a lot, or a little. And so it's sad to me to hear that you have, normally you'd think that the opposite is true. Like friends would come out of the woodwork. I've heard you're doing great.
It does become a little awkward. So I admit, there's a, and I don't say this, I feel uncomfortable like I'm bragging now. Within the National Speakers Association, there's a group called the $1 Million Speakers Group.
Yeah.
It's basically just a mastermind. There's no fee to join the group, but you have to have a certain income level. And then we have monthly, sometimes more than that, where we just meet up and we chat, we mastermind. We have a topic or we share concerns and get feedback. I've really found great value in that group. The same value that I feel there, I used to feel in my regular chapter of the NSA, but now I've had to kind of step into that group.
I was going to ask that. Do you find that the group of people that surround you now, friends or otherwise, are different? That they sort of can relate to you on that level?
In some cases, yeah. In some cases, no. Like the friends that it was never about business or income or anything, that we just got together and we play games or we go mountain biking. Those friendships are all still the same.
Yeah.
But when there's kind of been a professional relationship and maybe they saw us as on equal ground, and now I'm making more money or I've got more success, and so now it's like there's an inequality or something.
Bizarre, isn't it? Yeah. In some respects, I go through a similar thing, but for different reasons. And I don't. The only real friends that I have are the ones I've had since junior high school, because they know me. And they've always known me, and I'm just me. But people that I meet later in life that don't relate to me on that level, it's like, I don't really know if they're my friends or not, And I don't get invited to things. I'm not the prom queen who sits home, because I'm not a girl. But I kind of understand that a little bit better. And I wish I could go back in time and ask those girls out, because I would. I hope my wife isn't watching. Let me put you on the spot. What would you tell him? What advice would you give him right now to do?
So the only way that YouTube could actually slow down or decline is if...
Why would anybody put an ad before my video?